This is basically a podcast that consists of a bunch of people sitting around and pretending that they have a personality.
This some bullshit, man.
Yeah, what's wrong with the beer we got?
It's trash. It does not slap.
Call and response, I said a noise.
What are you guys even doing?
Cool stuff, slick stuff, neat stuff.
I've been smoking dope. I got the munchies.
I always felt akin to black people.
Years ago, they tried to put me in the...
That means you a lion.
Hit the strings on them.
I did it with the peck.
And the Rockets, they're back.
Come on in, Bonaire says. Oh, the water's fine.
Then I say let the conversation begin.
He was crying like a bitch. Crying like a bitch. Kelly started talking, he was crying like a bitch.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No.
Yo! Hussies. Hey, everybody, it's Hustle Season Podcast. I'm James Rez. That's Reggie Pace.
Yep.
That's Kelly Strawbridge. We're back at it again. We didn't have a break last week. We did a podcast last week, right? Or we didn't do one?
I don't remember.
I can't even remember at this point.
Yeah, we did one.
Yeah, we make so much content. We can't even remember how much we put out.
We just working all the time.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of stuff. So, yeah. But we still here doing the pod. Here we go. Hustle C's in your face.
Back again.
Well, today is going to be a little different.
Yeah, I think we should just kind of get into it.
Yeah, let's bring him on. We have a guest today. Yeah. Oh, yes, we do.
And now
we got a guest, man.
So our introduce our friend Zach Wish. Let's bring him on. Hello, Zach.
Hey. Man, thank you guys very much for having me.
You look fantastic. Yeah. Damn, you look really good.
Pores.
Do what we can.
Yeah.
Gleaming skin.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, where do we begin? Should we just start the show and then...
Just start the show, man.
We'll just go into it.
We should probably just introduce Zach, because if somebody doesn't know who he is, give them some context.
You want to do it? I feel like you're prepared.
No, I'm not, but I'll do it, because I'm a pro.
Just make it short and sweet.
But we've known Zach, I've known for a pretty long, I don't know, maybe like 10 years or something like that, ish, about, and I met him through Chris Compton.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Chris Compton.
Yes.
Bringing great people together.
Yes.
Zach, first thing, aside from just like playing in bands that I worked with, he was doing gear demos for amp companies and different things. And I guess it's a good place to start. Basically, you started doing these all the time. And also, didn't you do some like canned music stuff, or getting to publishing stuff? I remember talking to you about that or something one time.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the quick little rundown to make a long story very short. But essentially, I've always played in bands.
I like James. Let's slowly talk.
It works.
Talk about how he met
so
you.
Far.
I like that.
But see how I segued into this?
I like that.
It was a great segue.
I said I was a professional, bro.
Professional.
So basically, I've been playing guitar since I was a kid, and have always been a bit nerdy on the side of, recording. And I feel like there's always that person in the band that's like, it's your job to record the demos. And then you're inevitably like, why don't my demos sound as good as my favorite records? And then you go down that hunt of trying to get better at engineering and, guitar tones and bass tones and drum sounds and vocal sounds and all that kind of stuff. And then mixing. So I've always been into all of that stuff and played in bands. But when the pandemic hit, that was when I started just making videos for fun. I've always been into photography and video and stuff like that as well. But yeah, when I had all this extra time on my hands and wasn't playing in playing in bands and playing shows and stuff like that, I was like, hey, I'm a huge geek about guitar tones and things like that. And I feel like the majority of the videos that I would see, more often than not, it was either like 80s metal shredder kind of guys or like blues lawyer guys, and no disrespect.
No, full disrespect. I think about that all the time. We were like, you see a pedal and you go like, I wonder if this pedal is any good, and then you see the tutorial and it's just like the worst shit you've ever heard in your life. Yeah. It's like, yo, I don't even want to buy this pedal no more.
Right.
I feel like you're talking about. I think you're being very specific on the lawyer part. I don't know. It's just like if
the blues lawyer.
The whole nine.
Yeah.
There's a lot of blues lawyers out there, man. $50,000 guitars.
Exactly. Yeah, collectors,
Yeah,
but
collectors.
So it was like I consume a lot of this stuff, but I never really saw myself in what those people were doing. So I was like, why don't I finally come out and put something out there myself? And I had this recording equipment and decent cameras and stuff like that, and just put stuff out for fun. I wasn't trying to be a YouTuber or, attract the attention of anyone, really. It was just like a fun creative outlet. And, I was like teaching myself as I was going. And so the quality of these things got better with time. And pretty quickly I had a couple companies reach out, like amp companies. Matchless was one of the big ones at first, that they were like, hey, we love what you do, and will you make all of our videos for us? So that was like, I guess I didn't really plan on doing that, but yeah, sure, let's do it. And then that just kind of snowballed and has led to a bunch of other cool opportunities from doing things like that. And yeah, all the while was also just I would make like a bunch of covers and things like that, where I would do entire songs from the ground up and like program drums and play all the instruments and sing vocals, and really in an exercise to get better at mixing myself, because that's always been, just mixing is really hard in general, especially when it comes to, I did a lot of like heavier music and stuff like that, when it's that big wall of sound and just trying to find space for everything, as I'm sure you guys could attest to as well. So that was just an exercise in teaching myself and just trying to get better at all that stuff.
Man, that's so hip, dude.
Yeah, man. Go ahead. And that's led to, other cool live opportunities and stuff like that.
So how did, as far as like the covers and all that type of thing, how did it get out to get you the gig?
I don't know. Are you referring to the gig?
Yeah, but like what led up? But I'm trying to say, like, what led up? What was the chain of events from discovering your content?
Okay. Well, so also just to put what? Yeah, so I've been playing guitar for Seal for the past year and a half, I want to say, something like that. Yeah, so that's been like a truly amazing thing, and I feel extremely fortunate to be able to do that.
Hell yeah.
But the way that, yeah, thank you, man. The way that came about was, I just have been, through just putting yourself out there and making videos and things like that, and Instagram and the whole nine. You get random messages from people all the time that are just like, hey man, dig what you do. Or, I try to be pretty positive with people that I admire out there as well, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to admire out loud, as cheesy as that may sound. But it's like, yeah, man, I try to let people know if it's like, dude, this rules, whatever somebody is doing. Yeah. So, but yeah, just maybe like 2 years or something into making videos, I just got a random DM from Seal one day that was just like, hey man, or hey brother, I should say. Hey brother. And he was like, I really dig what you do, and let me know if you ever want to talk about doing some work together sometime, which to me was such a trip.
Hold on 1 second. Wait. You got a real DM from Seal?
That's sick.
Like Seal just hit you up and said, hey man?
I wondering what he was doing. He's
what
just
do you mean,
like
at that moment.
Yeah, he just sitting on his couch.
Oh yeah,
because what if you like he's sitting
on Instagram,
right? He's like flipping through Instagram. He sees a guitar video. He's like, this shit kind of killer. He's like, he's just like, hey, I'm gonna send a little DM real quick.
So it turns out that Seal he wrote all of his early tunes on guitar, and a lot of these songs that are really sophisticated sounding, and when you break them down to the core song, it's like it's songs that were written on acoustic guitar that you could strum some relatively simplistic chords and things like that, and then it's like his sense of melody vocally over top of it is where things like truly expand and come to life. And it's just like, it's an amazing thing to see firsthand.
Yeah.
So I know that sounds like gassing somebody up, but it's for real.
Because his stuff is the kind of like the thing that makes a lot of those tunes like really pretty and stuff is like the melodies are hummable, but the chords, they're hummable and the chords are like not crazy either. But the way it's just different. Like the harmony, I guess the way he's harmonizing over those changes is not. It implies other stuff and it makes it sound like it's more complicated than it is.
Absolutely,
it's really
It's
nice.
like pretty unconventional harmony, and they go in places that you wouldn't necessarily expect, which is really cool.
And he does it in a very natural, like organic way. It doesn't sound like cerebral music.
Yeah,
it sounds.
He makes good choices.
Okay, so can you go from you got the DM, what were you doing, and then go from to being like, no, all right, I'm going to consider doing the Seal gig. Go from there, please.
It wasn't a gig yet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, well, first and foremost, he's a definite guitar nerd. So I think that's how we found my stuff was like probably looking at an amp video or a pedal video or something like that, and then also saw like covers that I had done. And at first, I have very broad taste in music, and even though most of the bands I've played in over the years have been in like the rock or heavier leanings, I guess. It's like I played in a cover band in Vegas for a long time, and that was like everything from jazz standards to, more contemporary stuff, and even like really out there stuff that you probably wouldn't hear a band in Vegas playing, where it was like we were playing like Radiohead and Dave Matthews and like even like Fish songs and stuff here, because one of the guys in the band was super into jam band.
Set list right there.
We had so many people come up to us that was like, I'm hearing a Fish song in Vegas, like what is happening? But yeah, like tons of stuff like that, and playing in bands like that is a great way to learn how to cop certain tones and like really dial. I've always kind of prided myself on like, I can really get that sound off that record or something, or whether it was like a Police tune or something like that. I just always loved that kind of stuff. So anyways, when he first sent me that DM, part of me was like, are you sure you got the right guy, man? Because so much of what I put out is all like pretty heavy, and it was, even though it was like, man, I'm such a fan of his, even before working with him, that it was a real trip to get that message. But it was funny, like the week after he hit me up, that Amoeba Records YouTube series, What's in My Bag? Yeah. His episode came out coincidentally, like right then, and has, an amazing selection of records of like Crosby, Stills and Nash and Joni Mitchell and all this stuff. But the second record that he pulls out is an Alice in Chains record. And he's like, talking about why that band was so meaningful to him, and that they have this like different kind of all the grunge bands and things like that. There's this real, almost like an R&B quality to their stuff.
Vocal harmonies.
Like,
they have the
yeah,
best
and like
vocal
a real
harmonies.
kind of like sexiness to their music, as opposed to
facts.
The Jarl of our favorite other like grunge bands and stuff. So, and it was, I have like an Alice in Chains cover on my channel, and I was like, I wonder if he saw that and was like, okay, this guy can play guitar all right and sing as well and stuff. So yeah, so sorry, I'm trying to not make this a crazy long story.
No,
but
awesome.
You got the time?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, okay, cool. So yeah, from that DM, we just got to talking back and forth, and he was like, yeah, let me know if you want to hop on a FaceTime and we'll talk about doing some work together. So then that was when it was like, oh damn, okay, this is
shit, it's
real.
really him.
Yeah, I'm like talking to Seal on FaceTime, and it's funny now because I like him and I are like close friends at this point, so it's funny to think about the early days when I was like, whoa, it's Seal. But yeah, so got to talking for a bit and kind of just clicked right away, and then I went out to LA, this really beautiful studio out in Malibu called Dragonfly Creek Recording, and I met up with Seal, his longtime engineer since his first record, and his original keyboard player, a guy named Jamie Mahobarek, who is a serious legend of a session player and a live musician, and yeah, like true genius guy. And his drummer, Earl Harvin. So the guys that have been around since like the first couple of records that are credited with, songwriting credits with the majority of a lot of his tunes. So that was a real, it's pretty intimidating to step into those moments for sure.
What
And
am
I
I
know
doing
all of you
here?
guys are killing musicians, so
okay,
it's funny.
so I'm sorry. So it was like starting with writing stuff.
Yeah. So, and it was more just like, hey, let's get in a room and kind of see what happens. And yeah,
okay.
So yeah, that was the first, which honestly to me is more intimidating than
Definitely
doing a live gig.
Yeah, because like, I can learn the songs.
It's one thing to learn the tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, yeah, but anyways, we were there for like 5 days and worked on 4 or 5 songs and just kind of from scratch of, sitting in the couch in the control room with guitars. And he was like, oh, I have this vocal melody idea or something. And then we would just flesh it out and do it old school way of like, all right, let's all chart this out and then go in the room and do like 6 takes of a song and see what we got and chop things up and move things around. And it's like, yeah, it was an incredible experience, and it's definitely keeps you on your toes, especially when you come from not that world so much, even though it's like, I have experience doing that stuff, but it's, it's just a whole other level when you're dealing with guys like that. But it was amazing. And it's stuff that we put together in that session. It's like, we just finished a European tour in October and we played like 4 of those songs live. So it's, it's really cool to see those things come to light like that and see a crowd respond to those things. And that's a very cool experience. So
cool.
I mean, I will say just for myself, I am extremely, extremely proud that you get to play with Seal. I've checked out clips and everything. That obliterates my first question because like I was like, you're going to play on the road with him. That's cool. But then, are you going to write with him or do anything for the next album or whatever? He got you in first to do writing, which I think is way more. I don't think of it as pressure. I think that's like really a compliment.
Yeah, definitely.
That's commitment too.
And looking for someone who's making good sounds, right? Like you're trying to, like, especially when you write music, the sounds kind of inspire you. It's like that guitar tone about this kind of like, oh, why don't we try this sound? And like you hear a tone and all of a sudden like a little melody will pop into your mind, like, so that's like some sick shit, man.
Oh yeah, man. And he's, I think he's thinking about things too in the way that's like, hey, I just want to try something and I want to try something different. And, if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, then that's okay too, but this fortunately was a situation where it worked. And yeah, just the great vibe between everybody. And, as you guys know as well, it's like half the battle is just, is this a good vibe and can I hang out with these people and
Are you
spend
the only guitar
a bunch
player?
of time with them on the road or something like that. So
I was gonna say, the mood better be good if you are by Malibu.
Absolutely.
Like, you should be fine.
We got to keep it cool.
Everyone
you don't
should be
fan,
good.
You don't want to fanboy out too hard, but like be respectful. You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you the only guitar player?
Yes. Right?
Seal plays guitar though.
He does,
show.
yeah. So
not all of it, but
yeah, he plays on a handful of tunes, and yeah, I mean, he loves playing guitar, and still to this day, that's where he does the majority of his writing. And, but yeah, it's like he would be like, yeah, you do the heavy lifting kind of thing. So, and he'll play when he feels like it. But there are certain tunes where it's like he's definitely driving the song and like propelling it from like a rhythmic standpoint, and I'm doing the more kind of airy, ethereal things on top of that. But yeah, that was a tricky thing as well, moving into the live context after that. So after that studio experience, he was like, yeah, we should do some shows together sometime. And the first gig that I did was a private gig, but it was at the Minute Maid Stadium in Houston, where the Houston Astros play. So it was like, damn, okay, first gig is
nice
like at a
opener.
stadium.
Wow.
So it was very, that was another intimidating thing. And there's no rehearsal for it. So it was just like, you better be ready, and, and it's a tricky thing too, because a lot of his music, guitar is not a primary instrument in the mix. So it's like, and it's super layered where there'll be like 5 different guitar parts going on at the same time. So it's like, using your best judgment to kind of arrange these things yourself. And there wasn't an MD for this gig. So it's like,
wow, what?
So it was kind of a strange situation, because it's like, you don't want to step on anybody's toes, or it's like, am I rocking this song out too hard, or am I not playing enough, or, anything like that. So I just tried to learn as much as I could. And, you know, I didn't know what a set list was going to be until like the day before the gig. So it was one of those situations of, you know, he's got like 15 records. It's like, am I supposed to learn everything? And just
Hey, nah, listen, hold up. I didn't think he was going to be bar banding it. Like, no, there's no MD on the
Hell
gig.
no.
There's no apprentice. There's no, like, I mean, you going to give me a recording?
The guitar player don't know what the set list is.
Like,
the only guitar.
That's a lot
Yeah,
to
man.
put
That's a
on
lot
your
of pressure.
shoulders, and there's no MD. That is kind of wild to me. First of all, that's what I was going to say. The band is kind of bare bones. It's like a quintet.
Well, it's funny too, because this that particular gig, that first one I played with them, was with absolutely killing musicians. And, you know, that same, I've always tried to approach these things with that attitude of, you know, positivity and kind of act like you've been there before.
Yeah.
And
right.
just to put people at ease, you know, you don't want to be the person that's like,
Holy
I don't know the
shit.
set list and I'm freaking out. You know, it's like, you just want to be like, hey man, this is going to be cool.
Yeah, we're going to be
and,
fine.
You know, and even though it is a stressful situation, it's also at the end of the day, it's like, man, we're playing music and this should be good, you know? So, but the people on this particular gig were a drummer named Drew McKeon, who is currently, he just did this European tour with us and has become a very close friend of mine and an incredible drummer. He's been touring with Michael Bolton for the last like 13, 14 years or something like that as a session drummer out in LA and New York and plays with tons of different people. Thaddeus Trebet on bass, if you're familiar, just like unreal bass player. If you don't know him, I would definitely suggest looking that guy up. He's incredible. Jamie Mahobarek, original keys guy. And then his background singers were Everett Bradley and Latanya. I'm blanking on her last name, but she sings with Steely Dan right now. So it's just like,
oh, damn.
You know,
all right.
Yeah. So it's like everybody that you're out there, it's like, hey, you know, you just don't want these people to think of you as, he's this random dude from YouTube. Can we trust this guy? You know, like Seal DM'd this guy. Like, who is he?
Yeah, they really lucked out. It would have been kind of hilarious if you just sucked. You know, like,
Oh, yeah.
not for you, but like, it would have been like, just think of like the MD. It was like, I told him.
It's like an SNL sketch.
Yeah,
you know, that
exactly.
you go out there and you just like don't know shit. It's just
that
like
was a very real possibility.
yeah, just flop sweat. I understand that feeling, man. It's just like, oh
yeah,
shit.
man. I know you've
some big ass stage shit. Just like walk up on this big ass stage. It's like, man, I could just like fall over and knock my cymbals down and break my trombone, fall off the stage. That could happen.
Yeah,
I'd be going viral at Coachella.
Yep.
Oh man,
falling off the stage.
Dude.
Exactly right. So, yeah, and again, that was,
Dude.
I was freaked out, man, because that was a very real possibility. You know, that's a possibility at any gig of
Yeah.
something going wrong, you know,
Right.
of course. But
Yeah, he's
but
putting you up
it might have
front
just
like
been
that,
some
man.
like trial by fire kind of thing, and it worked out, and it was great. And yeah, it's kind of steamrolled from there, and a ton of stuff has happened since then. But I'm self-conscious about blabbing about Seal too much. So.
Oh no, yeah, no. Look,
You lost your camera.
that's
for a
perfect.
no, it's good. That's not what's going out to
second. Okay,
broadcast.
cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was looking up the name. It's like Trebet. It's like, is that from like Ty Trebet? And it's his twin
Yeah,
brother.
it's his brother.
It's his twin brother.
Oh, what?
He's
Yeah.
ridiculous
Okay.
player.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
That's,
the man.
that's really cool, man.
So, yeah. So
That's amazing.
and also, if anybody's interested, there is the last show of our European tour from October was full on pro shot, like 2-hour long show, and it's all on YouTube for free. So it's
hell
like, yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah,
so,
send that to us. We'll
but
put
yeah,
that
that
on. We'll put
that
that up.
first gig was a full, you know, large band with full on rhythm section of bass and background singers and stuff like that. And then for some additional shows following that, there was talks of like, hey, let's do this in kind of like a stripped down band way, even though there's still playback and tracks and stuff like that.
Okay.
But trying to fill as much space as you can. So now, yeah, it's just a 4-piece where it's Seal, myself, keyboard player, and drummer. And at first it was like,
whoa,
is this weird having no bass?
Is this allowed?
And
You
you know,
know, bass.
the thing is, go ahead.
No, just go. I was just kind of asking, like, if there is no bass, so like, what is that like with tracks? And is there bass workarounds like keyboard stuff? Like, how'd they handle it?
So this, And yeah, I know you guys playing live all the time. Do you guys do anything with like playing to a click or incorporating any backing tracks or anything like that?
I've done shows like that before with just stuff already in there, just like a stemmed out version of the song, kind of like going through like an Ableton kind of thing,
Yeah. I mean, like, I've definitely done in-ear stuff like that.
I guess music from the 90s, especially like the Seal stuff, it could mostly feel like keyboard bass and not be weird, honestly.
Yeah, I've definitely played with a lot of bands where the drummer listened to a click so we could use tempo-based looping. It wasn't like tracks, but it was looping. Yeah. And also so you could sync all your delays and stuff. And the other thing is if you've got an arpeggiator on a keyboard, it'll sync in with the drum. But the drummer's the only one listening to that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so this is, you could choose if you wanted to listen to that stuff or not, but I think everybody in the band has a healthy amount of click because there's there's a number of songs where it's like it starts on guitar, or it starts with keys or something. So it's like you need to hear that count in for all that kind of stuff with the slates in there of hearing the, you'll hear the like 1, 2, 3, 4 intro or something. Yeah. So, so that's another one of those things too. That's, I know I've recorded tons of bands in Richmond that are like, and this is no shade, they're just like, I don't like playing to a click, or I can't play to a click or something like that. So I think through the years of recording myself too, I just have become really accustomed to playing with a click. So that's definitely, it's like if you're gonna do anything in the pop world, like that's like a must.
I feel like
you should probably be doing that because you're practicing. You should be playing with a metronome.
No, facts. I think the thing is though, that's also a part of production that evolves in like different ways for different bands. Like either the drummer is just listening to a track, you know what I'm saying? No one else is on the click, and then there's people over the whole band's on the click. There's like a different way. Everyone does it differently, is what I'm saying.
It's also
some people will go straight through monitor with that shit
with the click,
which is what?
Fuck
it, yeah. No, for facts.
Coming through front of house.
They're just coming through front of the house and coming through monitors. They're not even using the shit. It's just fucking like church.
What was that?
There's tons of church drummers that just are listening through monitors, like drum machine claps, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro. Fucking, it's retarded. I don't understand it. It's just different, So like, I'm like, man, I feel like that thing has evolved.
Yeah, it's totally normal now. I feel like with bands, when you start complaining about clicks, it's because it's such a different vibe than you had ever played the song before in your life.
Yeah,
like you're in a practice room writing a song, then you play a song, and you've been playing it on stage for 6 months. And then it's like, okay, time to get to the studio. And then all of a sudden you're just like, oh, I don't even know what the tempo marking is on this song. And it's like, oh shit, this is a completely different, like experience.
I mean, hits are different, like, I mean, Seals, I think when it comes to hits,
got it.
Like Prince, Seal, Sting, anybody.
It started it on loan.
They're going to have a click.
Yes.
And they're like, this can't be no different every night.
Yeah. And we'll program in certain, sometimes it's really cool to have choruses that are like 3 BPM slower than the rest of the song, to just create that sense of movement that you would get in it. It just makes things feel a bit more natural, but
yeah, this tempo, people are tempo mapping.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
The whole
like a Broadway kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like a show.
I feel like Lars, I feel like it changes every 8. Like, I feel like he's like 126, 127. It's
fine.
121.
And justice for Lars.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I mean, I think it's incredible that you're doing that gig. I really think that's
congratulations.
And again,
that's
being the only guitar player, and I was going to say a lot of his stuff is it's been made to feel like piano is the more dominant thing in his music. And
yeah, I think I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and I feel like that it's interesting that he seems to be going more guitar based, even though, and also kind of letting people know, because they really marketed him as a singer. They did not market him as a singer-songwriter. Really, I feel like, and I'm sure that he is like more cognizant of that now. So that's why it's so cool that he found somebody like you where the guitar sound is going to be very important. You know what I'm saying? Tone is going to be very important, obviously. And so I think that's exciting for him.
And that's like a feel good, American internet story, man. You just like you at home, just like making videos and like putting out positivity to the internet, and then you actually do get a DM from fucking Seal or
That's
whoever,
crazy.
Very wild.
and then you show up and like you don't weird Seal out when you talk to him, and then you show up and like you don't suck at this like recording session thing with the main band and like
Also, Seal's DMs don't suck.
I'm just saying, man.
You know
that's
what I'm
fire.
saying? Like his DMs,
That's a true story.
his DMs were probably wild.
They're filthy
because there's just nothing but celebrities,
celebs
everywhere. And then
celebs for free.
And then he's like, man, I gotta hit up this guy Zach.
Yeah.
It's like
I need a new
fucking
Who's
badass,
that?
man.
Yeah, that's a great story, and you must be putting out good vibes. That doesn't just happen.
Man.
You're putting out good vibes out there. So.
Well, I think that's the other thing too, Zach.
Trying to.
That doesn't
I
just
think
happen.
I think
the
that's-
internet is a oppressively negative place a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
And I heard somebody say, I can't remember who said it, but I was resonated with it, where they're like, man, social media is the sharpest double-edged sword. And I totally agree with that, where it's like, you can spiral down some seriously negative shit, or, like I don't think I've ever left a negative comment in my entire life. That doesn't mean I don't have critical thoughts or something like that, but it's
Come on now.
It's like if you ever get a negative comment on a YouTube video or an Instagram post, I think without fail, it's like if you click on that person's profile, it's like they haven't made anything or put themselves out there.
Oh, hell
so
no.
it's sort of like,
It's a
Hey,
bot.
listen, Brett, come on over to our YouTube, man.
Even the
the comments they have left us for various videos, it's incredible.
we be making fun of people's childhoods by like being like, yo, ZZ, who is it? What band? What band? We're going off on some band.
What-
I was
not
like,
ZZ
not
Top,
cool.
it was-
Not ZZ Top. There was some band. We were like, man, this shit sound like shit. And you're just like, was it Squeeze? It was one of those bands.
No, it wasn't
Squeeze?
Squeeze. It was
They're
a
like,
different-
there's nothing
yeah, but-
wrong with this. I don't see what you guys are making such a big deal out of it. Because some band had to put out a new song, and we were like,
it was
roasting them.
it was motherfucking Toto, man.
Oh, Toto.
It was fucking Toto.
The
man.
band, like, yo, we love Toto.
And James
awoke
was like,
Toto fan.
I
thought it was garbage.
I love Toto.
They put out some shit.
It was just something. He's like, why are they doing this?
Yeah.
Like, why should they even be
Why?
doing this anymore?
Yeah,
and it's
why?
because that they still have a fan base.
They're one of the greatest of all time.
Same thing with Seal. They've had some major hits, and those songs keep coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Kiss from a Rose keeps going viral.
Everlasting.
Yeah,
You
wow.
know, a lot of his joints, Crazy, goes viral
Yep.
all the time. I love that shit. So it's exciting that Seal is your cat, man.
Man, it's a trip, and it's funny that in time it's like, we played some really amazing shows over the last year and a half, and stuff that is like, not even bucket list things, stuff that's like, I never thought that would happen. It's like we played Hollywood Bowl and some really incredible venues, and we played Hyde Park in London, which was like 65,000 people show, by far the biggest show I've ever played, and it's really, really amazing stuff. But then doing this past tour, that's when it really feels like a band, when it's like a proper tour and you're playing night after night and you get really tight. And I was glad that show that was filmed that's on YouTube, that was like the last night of the tour.
Hell
so
yeah.
we were all
yeah.
pretty tight at that point.
All right.
And yeah, it's very cool. And I think we're, trying to work on new music for stuff in the future. And I think it should be
It's
pretty
exclusive.
cool. Fingers crossed.
New Seal coming.
That's exciting, man.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah, man.
I mean, geez, where do we go from here? Should we
Music news,
Should
man.
we talk about a little music news?
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
hanging
man.
out.
Thanks for asking. It's cool. It's one of those things too that's like, it's just such a kind of random thing that sometimes it's like, I kind of feel weird blabbing about this stuff. It's like I try to keep it to myself sometimes, I guess. But
There's nothing
it's
wrong
cool
with that, man. Them haters
cool
out
to
there
chat
too.
about.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't
Perfect
worry about
person
it.
to get that
Yeah.
gig, and it makes perfect sense. And nah, man, you're doing it with grace and dignity.
Dignity.
And dignity. All right, so music news.
All right, cool.
Tom Morello is talking about you right here, Zach.
Oh shit!
Here we
Tom
go.
Morello criticizes musicians who want quality instruments.
I saw that very article today.
Excuse me?
They're taking the crotchety old man shit to another level.
Whoa. What are you talking about? What's the point of this?
It's such a clickbait title.
Say it again.
Come on, man.
It
Explain
says
yourself.
Tom Morello criticizes musicians who want quality instruments, and then he says, I quote, "I don't give a shit." That's his quote.
We know you don't.
And he just says he doesn't subscribe to the idea that the quality of the instrument you play will make you a better player. And
Who said that?
We know that, man.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I don't even plug my shit up. Fuck this guitar. I just rub the fucking plug onto the electricity. I wanted to be a DJ.
I mean, he has a quote. Where
Is Tom Morello selling low-priced guitars
He's about
now?
to sell one.
Is he doing something?
He says
I always think that stuff is so weird when I love Rage Against the Machine. They're one of the bands that made me want to start playing guitar in the first place.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Tom Morello at this point now he has like a signature distortion pedal. He has a signature guitar. He has a signature plug-in with neural DSP. So it's like, dude, this guy has nice gear.
He says he
for
doesn't have
days,
any endorsements. He says he doesn't have. He says I don't do any endorsements or anything like that.
Well, then he's been given some gifts.
You've been giving him,
people.
You've been throwing them away.
Yeah, maybe he gets paid, and I don't know. I don't know how that works. How they can use his name, but he doesn't do any endorsements. I guess he doesn't have.
It's called he's lying.
He don't know what he's talking about.
Or he doesn't have to promote. He doesn't
know what
have
he's
to promote.
talking about. Yeah,
he gets like a flat fee, like a big flat fee, and they just fucking whatever. I don't know. Who cares?
Okay, he's probably.
I mean, he
joking around
famously still uses like the same rig that he's had for all those years, which I think is super cool. He's kind of like, hey, I just found a sound that worked, and I stuck with it, and I didn't do the whole gear chasing thing. But it kind of reminds me of that, like when Joe Bonamassa, like a couple years ago, was like, if it's bullshit if people use effects pedals or whatever. It's
like shut
the fuck up, dude.
All right, dude. It's like maybe for you, but it's like that's one of those just like, dude, maybe just be like, hey, not for me. Why do you have to like shit on everybody else's day? I guess.
I mean, Tom Morello found a thing. You know what I mean? Once you've already found some weird thing, then you can be like, oh yeah, this is my thing. Then you don't have to look for no more things.
He doesn't really do anything.
He don't play in no other bands. I guess the other shit that anyway.
That's kind of part of the issue.
Yeah.
He's not really doing anything except for I guess he's doing his own shit or whatever, his own like instrumental stuff or whatever. But as long as Rage Against the Machine's not on the fucking road,
then we don't care. We don't care.
No one cares really. So,
or what's the other Audio Slave? That
Audio
was fire.
Slave, yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. And then Prophets of Rage as well.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Another thing that Zach was talking about was the fact that he pretty much did not have to audition to play with because he had already done his audition. He's been doing the stuff online, and he just was already crushing.
Right.
So he just got invited. So speaking of auditions, I wanted to take a look at a couple auditions as Primus is looking for a drummer right now.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
And they've decided
publicly.
Publicly.
There's another T-Pain too. He's doing his band publicly.
Yes,
you're ahead of the curve.
But
you
already did it.
And then Smashing Pumpkins got Kiki Wong on guitar. That was like, I definitely sent them an email. I was like, dude, I'll play.
Yeah,
I mean, not in a million years thinking that I would, get a call back, but it's like, dude, I would.
Man, if you
internet guitar,
if you got a job with Smashing Pumpkins, we'd be calling you every week.
It was so fun.
For Billy Corgan.
Like you need to speak for him for this.
Yeah.
We can talk about wrestling. I can talk about wrestling.
I'd love that.
That's right.
So there's been a couple Primus. There's been a lot of video on YouTube of a lot of different drummers. They're all
a lot of people acting a fool out here.
And I just
it's
feel
not
like
a real gig.
I just feel like we need to take a look at a couple and just understand what they're doing.
Let's start with some of these like YouTube shorts that you sent me here.
Okay.
Let me make sure I'm looking at the right one.
Now, do you guys know, was this a situation where they could play whatever they wanted to? Or was it like, play this? Okay, cool.
You can do whatever you want.
Cover this song or something.
Nope, they didn't do that. But they did kind of make some more stipulations recently. I guess after they've gotten a shit ton of videos, they were like, maybe we should tell people what we're looking for a little bit.
Yeah, they told everybody to stop being so chopped out on the.
We got to read that statement
on their videos. I got that. I have the statement somewhere.
Here, let me.
But you basically said y'all need to keep it in the pocket. That's what he said. He's
Damn.
like, y'all cut all that other shit out.
Oh man, what am I doing?
I don't know, man.
There's a lot
Kelly,
of
you trying to get on that Primus gig?
No.
I already asked him. He's bullshitting.
not my style. Not my
Bullshitting.
style. I mean, that's not my thing.
You scared?
I like him, but I'm not deep.
Damn, dude.
I'm not deep.
We
in the
didn't say,
biz.
are you a deep Primus fan?
No,
we
I'm
asked
not.
you, would you want to play drums with Primus?
I gotta be a fan at this
You
point.
can't play drums unless you're a fan?
Sometimes depending.
Wow.
Depending. I need to
The
be a
true
fan.
artist, right
That's
there.
a hot take.
I need to be a fan. I don't need to do that gig. I don't need to go do it with Primus. I just don't, But I feel like that's a very big commitment.
Dude, that song "Tommy the Cat," banger.
You know what?
Hell yeah.
They got a couple. They definitely got a couple
What
bangers.
about
For
Jerry's
sure.
a race car driver?
That's fine. There it is. There it goes.
Yeah. This shit's like, oh my god.
There it
start
is.
it on,
There it
bro.
goes. You're doing great.
No, it's all good.
You're doing just fine.
It's all good. I'm doing too much on one computer though. That's the only problem.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah,
so I need to look at what the hell's coming out of that, right? Yeah, dude. What the heck? God damn, dude. I hate this shit.
This one is
This one really, yeah, this is gonna get edited out, but like, god damn, man, I hate it when this dome shit, let's go to this. Let's go, resize, reset transform. Okay, so it's like this, then I'm gonna go.
This is not a good audition, by the way, because it just says
He's playing in the
drums-
mud though.
He's
halfway there.
it just says drums only.
Okay,
I'm
so
like, so
let's-
what song is it? I'm like, this is not good.
Okay, and all right, here we go. Now I just got to bring that up on my thing here.
Let's see what's happening here.
Okay, so let's. Wow. Also, Zach is going to be on the same audio as whatever this is. So.
Okay.
Oh no, it's all good. I got this.
Okay. So you just pick one.
I know the song. You picked the song.
All right.
He keeping it clean though.
I mean, the bass work is all right.
Yeah, he's keeping it pretty clean, I gotta say.
Yeah, that's nice. That's clean.
Okay.
All right.
He needs to get more play then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jerry's a race car driver, right?
I mean, I feel like you're going to have to do more songs.
All right, what's the next guy?
Him. This is the one. This YouTube.
This guy.
dude.
Yeah. This dude. Okay.
Yeah, this guy. So let's see what does he
got
have a special name?
all the
Who's
cameras.
the Mr. Know-All.
All right,
He's got all the symbols.
let's go.
Yeah, let's try.
Oh,
Oh,
you got the clip on there. You kind of jacked.
oh boy.
Yo,
Look at how, so many symbols.
going crazy with the double bass and drum pedal.
All right.
Wow.
He's kind of,
What is going on?
You killing it. What y'all talking about?
no, he's,
Wait,
oh wait, no, this is another
Playing
video.
over- What's going on right now? What is happening?
It's another
so
video.
I was like, what the fuck? This is chaos.
No.
Oh,
What is that?
What is happening?
I don't know what's going on.
Might be another window that opened or something like
Yeah,
that.
but now it's like gone. Hold up.
It's just a video.
Yes.
This is a different video, right?
Oh, no, it's another camera.
Another camera shot from.
It's not. Dude,
Something ain't right about that.
his setup is annoying to me.
You don't like the Roots?
It is so
Like
many.
the Great Roots?
No, I don't.
I've seen this guy do a bunch of this. It's always the same type of this.
No, thank you.
Oh, you don't like that guy?
Performing.
No, I don't.
Oh, man.
I'm not feeling it, man. I'm not feeling that.
That wasn't that bad. I mean, it's not clean. But are they looking for clean?
No, they not.
You know what I mean?
No.
It's not. It's like his like kick. It's not clean, but it doesn't matter.
He need to be in the pocket.
He's like, yo, I'm about the age, yo. I'm gonna show him I'm out here. Got my tank top on.
He need to be in the pocket.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Try out here hating hard.
I mean, it's whatever, man. I don't.
What's next?
Let's see here. Let's see what else do I got.
All right, Kelly. Hell
not
yeah,
much.
man.
I mean, there's not much. I'm telling you, other than okay, Oliver Anthony called Beyonce's Cowboy Carter. Oliver Anthony, the dude.
The Richmond
guy.
Yeah. What was the song? North of Richmond or whatever.
That guy.
Yeah, that dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
who cares?
You hear about
Yeah,
this
who cares?
guy? You hear about this dude, Zach? This,
what's the name of the tune again? Richmond, north of Richmond or something?
Something like
It's like
that.
a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was longer than that, right?
I know the tune.
Yeah, everybody knows
I
that
saw
song.
Yeah,
Bro, he
it
don't
wasn't the
ha-
whole deal that I could be wrong. I don't want to be telling tales out of school here. Wasn't he like people got annoyed with him because he didn't make his political leanings clear?
Right.
It was like, wait, is this guy?
He thought they were like, we did it. They're like, this is a MAGA anthem, and then he was like, I'm not actually.
Right. Yes.
And they were just like,
familiar.
oh well, who are you then? Man,
He's
this dude
going
don't.
out for Primus. Is that what? That's what's up.
Shit. This dude ain't got no the credentials to speak on the Queen Beyonce. I say that right there.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and keep that to yourself, young man.
He's jelly.
He ain't ready for
And
that.
also,
jelly.
why is he a spokesperson on whether like
Who is
are we
asking this
talking
fool?
about? Yeah. This reminds you of like David Crosby is all like says some saucy shit about Van Halen. Like who asked you, man? Like what?
David Crosby says eruption wasn't all that.
I know. Look, his Twitter's still popping off. He's dead, by the way. But somebody's still
tweeting.
Somebody's still tweeting over there. Yeah, listen, man. So he said that he toured and that he made more money than he ever needs. Basically,
good for him, man.
He's all good now. And so now he's just saying what he feels. And that, and I guess, he just sounds like he just wants to be some kind of weird independent, like, fire starter. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, farmer. Yeah.
Wait, what did he say about Beyonce though?
Yeah, he said it was trash. He said the album was trash.
Cowboy Curtis. I said Cowboy Curtis.
That is crazy, man.
Yeah,
this guy's out here leaving negative YouTube comments on people's lives.
I love that when they leave negative YouTube comments and it's a real person.
Yeah,
that's when I get really happy.
Yeah,
because it's not a because most are like bots or like troll accounts. If it's like a real person,
right,
and you can see their interests on
it's just a bot that says "Nice try, Diddy."
Yeah. Yeah, no, I like it when it's a real person.
Yeah, I prefer that.
It's genuine.
Man, there's so many like weird fake Diddy comments now on a lot of those Instagrams.
Right, because
nice try, Diddy.
Like, it's like what?
Why?
Somebody's like trying to sell a plug-in.
It's like multiple.
Underneath the plug-in, it just says "Nice try, Diddy." It's like what?
It's like why is this?
Some bot thought this was hilarious, and then all the bots just do whatever another bot does. It's like what is this?
I don't understand. I don't get it.
That's like back in the day, like 2008 or 10 or something. I feel like every music YouTube video would have a comment that was like, God, this is like 10,000 times better than Justin Bieber. And it was just like every video had that on there. And I was like, man, leave that kid alone, man.
Leave that kid alone.
Nice.
Look what happened.
Look what happened, man.
Yeah.
They should have been nicer to that man.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
But yeah, man, shut your ass up, son.
Let's see here.
Shut your ass up.
Former Village People member
They're having a battle right now.
What, really?
The Village People.
Yeah. So, the founder.
How many of them are still alive? Like one of them
I
died.
think only
right?
2 of them are really fighting, right? It's like the
and
the policeman and the
The Indian lived
construction
here
worker
in Virginia.
the construction worker they fighting because I think he must have got a bag because all of a sudden he was like not okay with them calling the YMCA a gay anthem. He was like, it's not that. And I don't have any problem with T-Bird using the song or whatever.
Oh, because he got them.
So now he's fighting with another member of the Village
straight washing the.
He's like, don't fuck with the YMCA, man.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just like been taking himself way too seriously. The writer of the songs.
It's too late, brother.
Victor Lewis.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Not Victor Lewis. Victor Willis is his name. Yeah, I mean,
is Victor? Is he? Which one is he?
He's the founder. He's
What's
the founder.
his profession?
Yeah.
He's the policeman.
The policeman.
Okay. He was the.
I don't know their names. I just know their costumes.
I can't remember. No. He was the captain, right?
Captain.
The captain.
Like a what?
Oh yeah, it's like the admiral.
Admiral.
That's the in the Navy video of
in
that.
the Navy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the admiral in the Navy.
He's the seaman.
Well, so he
Black.
Pause. What?
You don't have to pause it. Let it play.
That joke totally goes.
Yeah,
man.
let it play, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, man, grow up, Kelly.
Relax.
Grow up.
Yeah, stop being all like
relax,
Grow up,
bro.
Kelly.
Yeah.
God.
like a little middle schooler here.
Anyways, well, listen, he's been tripping about the songs ever since because he wrote all the songs, all the biggest ones, the YMCA, in the Navy, Macho Man. I mean, and he got inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame a few years ago. And ever since then,
Yeah, he's feeling himself now.
feeling himself.
Honestly,
He's like, as a songwriter, when I wrote YMCA, and I'm like, you need to relax.
like first of all, what are you trying? What is he trying to say? He's like, this song is about how much I love to play basketball at the YMCA. Like, I just love swimming and playing basketball.
It's exactly what I'm saying the song is about. It's completely literal.
It's a literal song.
Yeah.
I like taking showers, hanging out at the YMCA.
He was like, y'all suggesting that I'm doing illicit shit at the YMCA. That's
not what we were doing.
That's not what
we're
the song
playing
is about.
Basketball.
When I'm talking about young men, and I'm like,
Young men.
God.
You seen the movie with Steve Gutenberg?
See,
That's insane. That movie even exists. Was it Can't Stop, Won't Stop? Or so? It's you ever seen that shit?
No.
Oh, it's the Village People movie, and Steve Gutenberg is
yes.
just on roller skates and booty shorts like the whole time. Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Had nothing to do with that shit.
Whim. Lift weights.
Yeah, he's been tripping for a while, so
Calm down,
he
sir.
just needs to relax.
Can't rewrite history, man. It's too late.
Old dudes on Facebook just be going hard, man.
Yeah, Facebook has got the like the 50 and up. Man, Facebook is going crazy over there. They're like old rappers, old singers.
I think
just
Facebook
really going
is
shitty.
also like the preying ground of all foreign scam artists.
All scams.
It's like that's where the old people are.
Yeah.
So it's always some dude calling up or whatever. You know, it's old.
Thoughts and
it's old
prayers.
folks, man. It's gonna be pretty soon. It's gonna be a nursing home of the internet.
I mean, it already
Social
is.
media.
It already is.
Dude.
We need to help them, these old folks out. Like give them like a different version of a kid phone. You know, it's like an old folk phone.
jitterbug?
Like the jitterbug, but it's a smartphone.
Yeah, but it's a smartphone. Like, make sure your grandparents aren't like, falling in love with somebody in Cambodia.
Yeah,
or
wow.
like, it's just like, giving their credit card,
like a service that monitors your elderly.
Yeah, you gotta watch them.
It's actually a really good idea.
You gotta watch them, man, because then they're embarrassed. They don't want to tell anybody, so like they just lose $60,000 and don't tell their kids. Because they're worried. Like, no, we need to help. We need to help these old folks out, man.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I back it.
I'm trying to save the world.
Well, I think that's pretty much it for music news.
That's it for music news?
Yeah, we should probably do the. I mean,
I got a movie review.
I'm not gonna talk about Jay-Z and the PDF situation.
Oh man, we gotta wait. You gotta,
I don't want to talk about
This is
that.
accusation.
Yeah, you saw Gladiator 2.
I saw Gladiator 2.
Oh boy.
Which is like this. It was really funny when I got to the movie theater. I went to the movie theater like 3 p.m. on an afternoon, right? Just some by yourself shit. You know what I mean? Went to the movie theaters, and then like when I get to the front to get my cherry Coke to go with the sandwich that I'm smuggling in my pocket to the movie, I made an Italian hero
Damn, smuggling an Italian.
Hell yeah, man! It was.
That's a risky, oily venture.
Salami, but not. I didn't put the oil on it. I went mayo. Went mayo on it to make sure it wasn't gonna have like sogginess to it. You know, just the mayo, lettuce. You know,
movie
salami,
theater style.
prosciutto.
Yeah, like when you
provolone. You know, chop it up, foiled it in my pockets. I'm in the line, and this dude, really tall dude, kind of looks like a tall. Like, you know, like a preacher almost. He's really dressed really, really nicely. And he's tall. And, like, he is fucking having it out with this kid at the desk about something about a credit card. A credit card got put wrong. He's like, oh, and the kid looks like he's about to cry. He's just like, I think I got to get a manager for, like, I think I may have charged you this, but hold on. So I'm just the only other person in the whole building standing behind this guy. Was waiting to get a soda. And this,
awkward.
And this
Is
kid,
that the bow tie?
this is a bow tie.
Wow, this is a big room.
It's a big ass room, and he's got his girlfriend with him or his partner with him. You know, she's dressed really nice too. So this is already funny. It's just like taking your girl out on a date to see Gladiator 2 at 3 p.m. That's nasty work.
Hey, listen, cheaper.
She didn't want to be there.
It's cheaper.
Don't do that to her. She has to be there. Anyway,
I fully agree.
Finally another kid shows up and lets me get my soda. So I walk inside. I'm sitting down, waiting for the previews in. Oh, previews. The preview for a new Mission Impossible movie. For the last one. He's calling it
Wait,
the
they're like,
last
we
one.
swear it's the last one.
Kinda. He was like, this is it.
It's like number 9 or number 8 or something.
I don't know how many it is.
It's a lot.
But the preview looks sick. Looks like Tom Cruise definitely tried to kill himself a couple of times, just hanging off the top of an old-timey plane.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The old-timey, like, dogfighter planes.
He's still into, like, all that, like, I'm doing my own stunts.
I think as he's gotten older, he's gotten worse about it.
Yeah.
Because he
I
feels...
gotta ask real quick, where do you guys all stand on Tom Cruise? I know he's a controversial figure.
As a controversial figure, I usually can keep away from, like, all the, like, off-the-court shit, and I just enjoy the action movies. I think Scientology is crazy.
I love Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I think as an actor, he's fine. He's a
fine.
wackadoo in real life.
Yeah,
but
he's
like,
a wackadoo Scientologist.
He does a
guy.
great job in movies. I mean, overall, he seems pretty. I don't know.
He seems earnest.
Yes.
In a way.
I would hang out with him.
Yeah, he seems earnest.
I don't know if I'd hang out with him. I wouldn't mind meeting him.
I would
totally
definitely
fucking
hang out
with
and
him.
meet him. Yeah,
Hang out with him.
yeah, for sure. I want to see what he got to say.
I think the thing is that he's boring now because he doesn't really do anything different. He's just done a ton of action movies.
Well, I think that's why the stunts keep getting more and more dangerous as he's gotten older.
He's obsessed with that shit.
He's obsessed with it.
But as far as acting, I think that's where
he does a lot of running.
He's missing the boat.
Yeah, he really does.
He does a lot of running.
When he did those, like, he did a couple movies back to back, and he did that fucking Tropic Thunder shit.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That shit was fucking amazing. And it was just him, like, taking a little time out to do something different. And that's, like, the most fun we've had with Tom Cruise in, like, years. That's been it. You know, he doesn't really do anything else. So I think people get bored and just go back to the Scientology stuff.
Yeah,
it's just like,
Tom, because he's his own entity. He like is rarely like a guest star in somebody else's movie.
True.
You know, like being in Tropic Thunder is like, holy shit, Tom Cruise, because Tom Cruise is only in movies that say Tom Cruise. You know, he's not in any other movies at all. If you think about it,
It's a favorite.
He's the man in all of his movies.
He produces all of his shit.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. So
Anyway, it looks bananas. So I'm definitely going to see that. We get in there and like the couple that were having the fight with the kid come into Gladiator and sit down a couple of seats away from me. Like,
and you're rolling solo.
I'm rolling solo.
Yeah.
So they sit down and they're like kind of like talking the whole time and like playing videos on their phones. I'm just like, oh no, not this, you know. And then eventually that kind of stops. She leaves 2 or 3 times throughout like the beginnings of the previews, and then the first 20 minutes of the movie, a lot of walking back and forth coming from these two. And I was like, oh my God, please stop. Because first of all, I'm just waiting for the movie to get loud enough so I can bust out my sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I'm about to unwrap this foil, you know, in there.
Hilarious.
So I finally get to that moment. So the movie starts, and right from the beginning, you go like, oh shit, I forgot this is like a sequel to another movie. So they have to be like, oh, this guy is going to be the old Gladiator's son or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of like nothing happens at the beginning until Denzel Washington gets there. And then pretty much, without spoiling the movie, it's pretty much just like a pretty good episode of Game of Thrones, except if Denzel Washington was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
You know, Denzel Washington and Pedro Pascal were just on Game of Thrones for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it was. It was like a lot of talking, a lot of old-timey politics, Roman politics. Oh, and like the villains are like two sickly kids that are the king, and then they just have gladiator fights.
Oh wow!
I forgot what that guy even looked like.
Action packed
in some spots. Really great part in which they flood the Colosseum with like water, which they really did in real life, and do like naval battles.
Yes,
because the thing was so huge or whatever. So
that
was dope as shit, and that was like some of the best shit in the movie. I look to my left, homegirl is like tongue out, passed out, like falling out of the chair.
Your girl?
No, I'm rolling solo, Kelly. How many times have I say this?
All right, okay. You said homegirl. I was like, oh. Okay.
Homegirl to the left that was with my man. Kept getting up.
Yeah.
She finally settled in. Turns out it's because she had passed out.
Hilarious.
And that was great. No sound came over there. And then about 20 minutes before the movie was over, they both got up and left.
It was long, right? It was long.
It was 2 hours. It was. Right. It wasn't too long for something like that.
It
was
epic,
normal.
So,
it was normal. It wasn't stupid long. I give it a C+. It was alright. You kind of forget that it's happening until you see Denzel again and go, oh, Denzel Washington's here. And then when he leaves the screen, it's just like some white people like being in like Rome, just walking around.
Yeah, sounds boring.
Boring.
Is it pretty brutal, pretty gory?
It's not as gory. No, it's got gory moments, but it ain't like fucking Scream or nothing. You know what I mean? It's not like nasty, like Hostel or something like that. But it does have some gory moments, of course. You know, they have to do that.
Historic gore.
Correct.
Historic gore.
Yeah.
Historic gore, yeah. C+.
There you go.
Denzel's still good.
Historic gore.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, well, speaking of epics, that's going to be this episode, depending on how long it is. So we're going to do mad big ups, and then we should make sure that Zach lets everybody know where we can find him and all that shit, because he has spent a lot of time hanging out with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Of course. I appreciate you guys having me. And again, I said it before, but yeah, I've been listening since like day one, and the fact that, I mean, this sounds real cheesy, but throughout like the pandemic and everything, you guys didn't skip a beat or miss an episode or anything, and it's really cool that you guys have been keeping this going this whole time. And
I made everyone risk their health.
I'm a fan, man.
Sure.
I love the show, so thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah,
where can people find you online?
First and foremost, I guess probably YouTube. I have a YouTube channel that's just my name, Zach Wish, Z-A-C-H, Wish, W-I-S-H. And I'm on Instagram as well at ZZWish. And yeah, again, that Seal show that we just did is on YouTube. If you just look up Seal, it was in Switzerland, so Seal Switzerland 2024. You can see what we've been up to. So
I'm gonna hook it up to the algorithm and shit, and we'll get it popping on there. Make sure that people go to it and all that from our.
Oh hell yeah, man!
We'll give Seal that boost. Give Seal that post season boost.
We'll make sure.
Oh yeah.
Of course, make sure we'll give them that shout out.
Yeah.
Little.
Oh man. Well, yeah, man. I'm definitely always trying to catch you guys live around town, and I listen to all your guys' projects and stuff like that. So it's, yeah, man. It's cool to see everybody putting stuff out.
Facts, man. Well, dude, we really appreciate you taking the time out for this. It's super fun, and it's dope to always talk to a hometown cat. That makes it out here. Is out here. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. I really appreciate it.
Hell yeah. All right, thanks, buddy. Let's do mad big ups.
Mad big ups. Do it.
All right,
yeah. Here, let me hit the thing.
And we'll hit the thing.
Oh, just me first?
8.5.
Oh, 8.5. There's only one? Mad big ups.
Yeah.
8.5 Churchill in Richmond, Virginia. I think they're open for about 7 years or something like that. Shout out to Ryan Jones, just closed recently. It's a nice little family of people making some good shit, making some good food. And it was fun being a part of that community. I love being part of the little restaurant culture. So, mad big ups, 8.5 Churchill.
Hell yeah. I mean, I love 8.5. So it's really sad.
It's okay, man.
We still got the
other one.
Still got the other one. He'll be there.
Yeah. But either way, everybody's got their own unique shit. So
That's true.
I'm gonna miss that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think we're gonna take a little break and do some slaps.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Zach.
Hey, man. Yeah, really. Thank you guys again. And yeah, give me a shout if you ever need anything or.
Oh, we will. Oh, we will. Don't worry.
We're gonna need some stuff.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
Don't
Hell
you
yeah.
worry, Zach.
You got an egg pedal?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Demo that egg pedal.
Dude, I gotta with some demos. Some demos,
come
man.
Yeah, you
on.
need to send him an egg
Send
pedal.
him that egg pedal.
Come on, man.
Yeah, James's
Hell
pedal,
yeah.
man.
Boy.
Yeah, you need that shit, bro. You need that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, thank you, Zach, for coming on here. We're gonna do slaps.
Yeah, we'll do
Good
slaps.
shit.
When we get back.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Take care. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, later on.
Thanks, man.
Does it slap?
Just slap.
All right. About to slap it up with some whatever James picks.
Slip,
I
slap.
got a lot of stuff up
Well,
there.
these are so. This is
We're
what some
taking a
people
slap.
is.
It's fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know. Listener submitted stuff. Any of this?
The last four, I believe, are listener submitted. Yes.
I'm gonna start with this though. Coheed and Cambria.
Okay.
See, song is called "Searching for Tomorrow."
Like a metal band, right?
Last chance to figure things out, or will you fail to answer when your body can't stay still? Hardly ever had a clue. In hands, the future becomes so clear, but it doesn't matter 'cause you find you were never here. You were never wanted. Your soul can dance, up to no good. Searching for tomorrow, misunderstood. When you headed straight into the flames.
I always thought they sounded different in this. I thought they were heavier than this. Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody
This
else.
is a little more classic metal sounding than usual.
They're normal, right?
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah,
They're more like a, not new metal, but heavier, right?
yeah, they're more like
They get a little progressive.
Searching for tomorrow, misunderstood. When you headed straight into the flames, left intuition rattled your mind. It's so good to let go, so good to let go. Let them know it's by design.
There we go.
There we go. Goddamn. Okay.
All right.
I was not gonna like that. Initially, I really wasn't crazy about that opening guitar. I'm like, feels like a little Iron Maiden-ish.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like classic.
Which is like, not my thing. Real majory sounding. I'm not into that kind of shit. But as a guy, when we got to the hook, the chorus, I actually liked it. And then that middle section was actually really, really good too. So this is actually pretty good. I wasn't gonna like it, but I actually do like it. The mixing stuff, when they switch that bridge with the guitar solo and stuff, I'm like, it's really interesting how they switch it up like that and kind of opened everything up. It's a lot of guitars. I mean, it's like a lot of guitars.
They fit in there. It sounds good though. I mean, for that layered like guitar sound.
Just feels like, you know, they like a lot of, like, they really squeezing it. There's a lot of guitars, and then the drums too. There's a lot of space going on. It's crazy, but it was cool. So I'm letting it slap. It was bouncy enough that it worked.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at this. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, I'm on the fence of whether or not it slaps. It's a real throwback, you know, to just like some 2000s emo pop punk mixed with a little bit of like classic metal. And but yeah, the way what you're describing how it's mixed is like definitely very like high budget mix.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah. I thought it was done very well.
Yeah.
I mean, head nods. I don't know if it slaps,
it sounds good. It's just kind of not for me, even though it sounds good. Man, it sounds fine. I'm not gonna do that. It sounds fine. I'm gonna give it a like. It's fine. Slap. It's not for me, but it sounds good.
Because it could be not for me, but it still can slap.
Yeah, it's not for me, but it sounds good.
You know.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought it was good, but I don't think it slaps.
Okay.
It's
all right.
I felt the same way.
Yeah, I like that guitar sound, that guitar solo, but I mean, I'm not really into it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anime rock.
All right.
Okay, let's see. All right, let's take one of these suggestions.
Shout out to Rob, friend of the show.
Okay, The Voids.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is a slap we missed. This is Julian Casablanca's other band from the Strokes.
All right,
The Voids.
This is, 7 Horses. Got some weird hard tuning thing on. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Gorillaz a little bit.
But if I could beg you, baby, stop punishing me.
fucking over this song.
Yeah, I kind of am too. I mean,
Fucking
it's
hate
cool.
this shit is this is the worst mixed song I've heard on Slaps in a long time. Not just like, oh, it's oversaturated, it's over thickified. It's like they were in the studio and somebody didn't know what they were doing was like cleaning the mixer and the faders like went all over the place, like so that the chimes are like louder than the vocals and the vocals are down and like the kick drum is like in the bass, like the low end got turned up too much.
Pretty
And they're
bizarre.
just like, yo, just print it like that. It sounds like somebody forgot to do something or something. Like from the beginning, the vocals, you can't hear them at all. But then like on the left side, there's this like a ding dong type of pad effect that's like louder than everything. And then when the bass comes and starts doing like normal shit, it's like so loud. Like it's louder than all the drums except for the hi-hat, which for some reason on the other side is like incredibly loud. It's like the worst. I hate this. Like once I got past that kind of, then I was just like, well, what are we even doing here? Like why? Like you can't hear the vocals, so it's not like there's a melody over it or anything like that.
That was bizarre. So you're saying no?
Absolutely not. I can't condone this at all.
I fully agree. It started off okay, and then like it just got annoying. Because
that's a good way.
Because like
yeah.
his voice sounded pretty good in the beginning. Actually,
Yeah.
I was like, you could hear it, and then for some
until
reason,
everything else came in.
Then we lost half of that. We
Yeah,
lost
they need to
half.
fire their engineer.
It was.
That
I
was,
feel
that
like
was
it
them.
was.
That was them.
Oh, it's
Facts.
them. They fired themselves.
That's some because that's some indie shit. They were. I think they accidentally overmixed it to like. But they don't. This is like I'm so cool kind of mix.
It's on.
You know, I'm so cool. Look at I'm taking this out. I'm
it's
oh,
crazy.
I'm
Very
flipping the
indulgent.
phase on the drums and like taking the
Whatever,
stereo out to
yeah.
the left and like
very indulgent.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, like, yeah. If it got better,
Yeah, dude. The song is 4.5 minutes long of that.
that is so long. It's too long. I was like, by the time we got to the second chorus again, I was like, man, this is terrible. Like, it's like this should have been.
Yeah, I don't want to listen to that
This is
anymore.
way. It should have been way better.
So you're a no.
Yeah, I'm devoid. I'm devoid of feeling.
yeah. I like the chorus. Other than his auto tune was a little distracting.
Yes, it
but
was.
It's like odd sounding auto tune. But I thought the chorus was dope. I liked the way those chords was moving. And like do 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 do. I liked all that shit. But the reggae in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, what the fuck was up with
Like-
that shit?
I forgot
it's
about
like
the
cowboy.
reggae.
Yeah,
it's
let's
like,
go. Let's just.
it's
let's
like
see
cowboy
that. Oh my God.
reggae. Like when it.
This actually was all right.
This is fine
Yeah,
to me.
this is fine for so far.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they doing a little specialsy.
But they just started
Some
adding
loud
more
bass.
shit.
Yeah,
How loud
I'm
is
not
it?
mad at that though. And
This
what-
sounds
I
great.
just, like,
Nope. What was that?
I'm okay with this.
I was fine with it, but
listen-
reggae is about horses.
Everything is getting louder,
But the vocals are not getting loud.
and then it's gonna get.
I
more
feel like the
loud.
mix is its own animal, and
Yeah.
like you either love it or hate it. You know what I mean? With these like huge taken mixes, but all this, but like
This is all this.
Yeah, it takes the emphasis off what you think would be the part of the song you'd want to draw attention to.
yeah,
could-
and
it
I
was-
think this,
yeah.
I think this part of the song is cool. It's just mixed, it's just mixed crazy.
It's not mixed well. This is mixed weird.
Like, what happens in the drums?
All right, I'm sick of this
But
song.
yeah, like but I honestly didn't hate it until it was like all of that mixed together made me be like, this is just like I'm not gonna listen to this
Fuck
again.
these dudes. Right?
So nah, I can't let it slap. Even though there's shit in there I like too. I like the way that little arpeggiator thing sounded.
Yeah.
But
It's one of those things.
it's going
though.
a little crazy.
It's all the cool shit put together,
Yeah, it's like
and it don't add up.
It's like everything that's trending mixed.
It's just
yeah.
It's got every drum machine that I like. Everything sounded cool, but I didn't like what they did with it. And then on top of it, that auto tune, that totally shit was annoying to me. It's slathered.
It was weird.
And the thick five. I mean, he found every plugin. Let's do one more. Let's do
Yeah,
one
this,
more slap.
So this thing, Crumb is the artist.
Crumb.
Heard of him?
I think this is pronounced Amama. Amama. Amama, I guess.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Chop, chop.
Okay. I can get behind this already right now.
At the end?
A
little more?
Is that in the middle?
Nah, we're at the end of the song. He does this for a little while. It's the end of the song, pretty much. Okay. I'll go first. I guess a baby power slap.
I almost said the exact same words.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is a return of the baby powder right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Return of the baby powder.
All right, so that's for Reggie then.
Yeah, give it a little baby powder.
Yeah, you know, it's
Do it.
it's
Say
all
it.
right.
Say what
Say
you're
it.
gonna
Yeah,
say.
say it, man.
It's all right. You know, the drums, I feel like I'm like, those are Tame Impala's drums. That's cool. You got
The actual
those.
kick pattern, I thought was like, I don't know.
I was like, man, this feels like
You
Tame
didn't like it?
Impala-ish.
Not at first. Nah.
Plus the Thickify. I'm like, this feels like Tame
There's a
Impala.
lot of Thickify for what
This was the Tame Impala preset. You put this on your whole mix.
It was
That's
a
what
little,
I'm
the
saying,
whole
though.
You
mix
should be
is
able to
little-
click that. There should be a Tame Impala button in Logic.
Somewhere.
It's like,
Or NPC.
Yeah, but they got to call it something else.
yeah, you can just make the vocals do that, make the drums do that.
Or the Kevin Parker series.
Yeah, put the loops.
Somebody needs to go ahead and do that if they haven't yet, because like that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, an impression almost.
Drums are kind of, you know, it was interesting. The vocals are kind of cool. I like the illusion that it was going to go somewhere,
Ghosts.
and it kind of didn't for me. So I don't know if I can really let it slap, because I feel like, again, it's like all the elements are there. You know, like the elusive kind of voice. You know, and like it's shadowy, and you know, it's got all the shit.
It's the ghost vocals.
It's the ghost, yeah,
Ghost choir.
It's all of that is there. You know, but I could have used a little bit more of something to pull me in more. After
I could use a guitar or something.
It's something like
Yeah.
more of a hook,
Something
a little more that, like, you know, it just didn't do it.
No.
So I can't. I'm not going to let that one go.
Oh.
No, that's
What a
all right.
shame.
That's all right. That's all right. They all can't be winners.
That's right.
But, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week with a very special episode. We appreciate every one of y'all for listening. Thank you guys so much.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
and sadly, the podcast is no more.